All right, so we have coming up a ASMR casted Legends of Runeterra game. Yes, you heard that correctly. You guys asked for this, all right? If you guys have joined in on the Twitch streams, the Twitch cast before, you'll know that we had a kind of a, I don't want to say contest, but you were able to contribute channel points towards a goal. If we hit the goal, you guys were able to get myself and Boulevard to cast a game in ASMR, and here it is. So, just a lot of apologies up front. This is, first off, to the ASMR community, this was a joke, so take that with a grain of salt. This is, it's terrible. At least we think it was terrible. I don't know. If anybody from the ASMR community wants to give us some tips and hints, definitely throw something in the comments below. Much respect to the ASMR community. It's actually been crazy how much that ASMR as a whole has just blown up in the last 2 years, so props to anybody who has been able to be successful in that. And this is our version of it. So also apologize for any sound quality. This I've been wanting to learn a little bit more about sound and soundboards and sound editing lately, and this was a step in that direction. You know, sometimes you just get forced into a situation where you gotta grow, you gotta learn, and this was one of them. I started learning a little bit of how to use the Fairlight utility, if you guys are familiar with DaVinci Resolve using this, so that was pretty fun as well. But yeah, I couldn't keep a straight face throughout half of this. You hear me laughing all the time. I'm sorry. Maybe next time we do it, I can do a little bit more serious to not break the immersion. But some of the stuff like we were doing was just stupid. So, anyways, this is round 6 of OLS number 15 that you're gonna get. A game that Trivo is playing, which I guess. You know what? It makes sense that it would be Trivo that we do the ASMR game, honestly. Y'all know I love Trivo ever since my initial caster curse with him. But, yeah, good stuff. And as always, so, a little bit of a change. My website link will be in the description below. If you guys want rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I don't know why I switched back and forth between hands there. It'll be on that website. So, and then later this week, we're going to get the top 8 game, the top 4 game, and the finals game as well. So if you guys are interested in that, click the link below. Obviously, there'll be the deck links in there as well as the tournament information, the Discord, that good stuff. So you guys want to do this tournament in the future, definitely sign up. This is a growing tournament. It's been doing quite well. So I'll shut up now, though. We'll get into the game. Sorry about that long intro. I just felt it was appropriate to apologize for what your ears are about to experience in this first game here of the first 3. It's not the entire match, just the first game, so you won't have to deal with it forever. But let's get into round 6 of OLS number 15, ASMR casted.
We have no idea what we're doing.
All right, so we have the Omen Hawk going in for the attack. And it looks like harsh winds off the top from Trivo. Boulevard, who do you have in this match?
Here, in the harsh winds of the Freljord up against the steely resolve of the residents of Bilgewater, I must say that the deck of Trivo is going to be much less favored, as Alex is playing a broken card in Go Pack Your Bags. That's the name of the card now. Are you drumming? Are you fucking drumming in the background? What the hell are you doing?
I am watching this TF Go Hard deck take on this mid-range Frostbite in what seems to be a pretty advantageous matchup for the TF Go Hard, I'd have to say. We do see 2 Withering Whales in hand on the side of MWGAlex as well.
What are you doing? These sound effects are so unnecessary. I thought we were just gonna whisper. Anyway, the Withering Whales are, at the very least, going to get a little bit of value against this Trivarian Glory Seeker in a matchup where typically they don't get a whole lot done. Instead, it's going to be the Go Hard getting fired off here, not trying to set up the Ash for a couple of whales strewn out over the course of a couple of turns, and instead Troll Chant can come out and deny us, and now we have this very powerful Ash Glory Seeker combo established to get in there and really pack a punch. You guys literally asked for this. I told you it was going to be bad. Your expectations were high, and you will now be disappointed. And let me tell you, the lineup for Alex, it's this Go Hard deck, it's Feel the Mina, and it's Anivia. You guys are looking at another hour of ASMR brought to you by Shit Just Works in Boulevard.
So, Boulevard, it looked like that was the first Go Hard played on the side of MWGAlex, correct?
That is correct, Shit. That is the first one, numero uno. Okay. And actually, this is the very aggressive version of Frostbite midrange from Trivo. This Kato the Arm is about to...
So, I asked which Go Hard that was because I want to go ahead and take a note here and write down that one Go Hard has been played. So, just give me one moment.
I'm gonna write it down as well.
Here we go.
Excellent note taking.
I'm having trouble casting while I'm crying.
You're gonna break the immersion, much like a Go Get It will when we see, or Pack Your Bags rather, will when we go ahead and see that K-pop dance. That was the main complaint, right? Is the breaking of immersion. But now,
Yes.
Gangplank developed for Alex, and we have the Iceveil Archer, but no, we're actually going to go with this Avarosian Hearthguard.
Yes, an Avarosian Hearthguard, a great turn 5 play usually, but coming out on turn 6 here, and we do have another Go Hard in the hand of MWGAlex, so we'll see if we do get this played here in just a minute.
That's Gangplank's massive stones clinking together as he marches towards his doom. Excellent job, Gangplank. Are you going to be able to hold... Shit, this is going to be a 45-minute match. Are you going to be able to hold it together? Think of your YouTube video.
Listen, I cannot hold my shit together. My name might be Shit Just Works, but shit is not being held together.
This is a really great Withering Whale on the side of Alex. There is still a little bit of development that Trivo could have, but I really like proactively removing the units in order to get around a Trivarian Assessor. And Trivo noting back at him saying, why would you do that? I will play the Assessor anyway, just to be a good sport about it. And honestly, what else was Trivo going to do on this turn? You still want to get in that big attack, but it is going to get stopped out by this Doom Beast. But you're actually going to have to take the damage here because you have very little resources left on the side of Alex, and you want this Glimpse Beyond to get used. What the hell are you doing while I'm trying to talk? Do you have a horse in there? Is that a horse that I hear?
This is the raindrops of the storm about to come.
Raindrops? Do you know? Have you ever heard rain in your life?
This is the raindrops of the storm about to come down onto Trivo. And here's the thunder of the storm.
Have you ever heard thunder in your life? I'm gonna...
It's ASMR thunder, give me a break.
I thought you were going to summon the thunder, give one of yours authentic experience, and really bring down Ragnarokian style justice, much as Alex is about to do onto Trivo's board. But honestly, I'm not sure that Alex is in a great spot. The double assessors have come out. We are seeing a lot more draw on the side of Trivo than we have been getting out of this Frostbite midrange in previous matches. And a nice emote coming out, just a little... I don't know how to make my shimmy make sound to intimidate, or rather, imitate the Aurelian Soul emote.
I have to give credit, Aurelian Soul really has some amazing classes there in that emo picture, but it does look like Trivo just give in.
I will do what the people ask of me, and no moves. First calling strike. Gonna get fired off here, and honestly, onto a keg. Not the ideal target, but honestly, when you're going for a denial onto a glimpse beyond, this feels so important. You have already gotten maximum value out of your assessors, even though one of them was only a 1 draw. That's kind of max value for you here, because maintaining a board against a deck that has access to both Pack Your Bags and Ruination is a pretty tall task. Now, a decent amount of your board is going to survive, but your hand is looking a little bit light in terms of utility. You're just going to be throwing down units, and there is still a Ruination in Alex's hand that they can get a very good amount of value out of. SJW, is this Ruination going to be enough to swing the game? But it's a Pack Your Bags off the top, and this means board wipe into board
Pack
wipe.
Your Bags.
This is so difficult for Trivo to deal with.
Pack Your Bags means that we've actually also had 3 go hards played. Which
That's the Pack Your Bags sound effect.
I haven't been tracking. I forgot. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and write down that 3 go hards were played. Now I have written in my notes that 3 go hard was played, so that everybody is aware this Pack Your Bags will come down and will clear the field. And it looks like we do have additional units on the side of Trivo coming down here. It looks like also this harsh winds could also go ahead and seal the deal on the following turn. We have Reckoning off the top. Not sure how much that's going to do here, but the open attack does threaten to push a lot of damage. If we do develop, MWGAlex will be able to play this Pack Your Bags and clear the board.
I love this play out of Trivo player. Just by going.
It does look like we have priority back over on the side of Trivo. MWG really, really holding on to this Pack Your Bags here. And I feel like I'm the Joker with slapping my tongue against
Yeah, you just
my
keep
lips
like
right now.
smacking your lips like you're not doing anything.
Hey, shout out to Heath Ledger. Best Joker there ever was. Hands down, fight me.
I'm gonna get Mark Hamill to come kick your ass.
So now we have 2 Pack Your Bags. Count them. 2.
Hold on, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you think that Heath Ledger was better in The Dark Knight than he was in 10 Things I Hate About You? Please answer the question. Shit, I need you to take this seriously for a moment.
Well, I think you're missing the point here where this needs to be a poll. I think that we take to the chat.
Go ahead and type that poll into the chat now while I sit here and try to figure out what Passage Unearned sounds like when I see you.
Wait, is it? Alright, it should be back. Alright. Hello, everybody. We have returned. Everybody, we have returned. What's
Get game better with Butterfinger. I actually have chocolate that I can crunch with Butterfinger in.
going to go down during the ASMR cast?
I got some nice Skype ASMR.
But please, what's most important, everybody watching, is that we do need to ensure that this poll, this very important question, is answered. We have less than 5 minutes. Please do your best to answer this poll. And right now, it does look like we've had a few people answer. We need many more responses because this is going to be a big deal.
So Trivo is pretty much down and out at this point. I mean, the Pack Your Bags is not in a position that it is going to kill a decent number of units. And actually, Alex playing the Dreadway. Did I see that correct? Yes, that is a Dreadway.
Yes.
No, Commander Lachos. Now, I didn't have his deck list pulled up in a great manner because he is a dirty, dirty person who submitted deck codes instead of links to anything. So I have to pull it up like a caveman and scrawl it out all over my walls. I appreciate that. So he is actually playing the Dreadway Latros combo, which does mean unilaterally, and from here on henceforth, that this is keg control. If you play Latros Dreadway, it's keg control.
Yeah, and it does look like we do have the Ash coming down on the side of Trivo, looking like it might be able to end the game and seal the deal here. But the go hard is going hard. I'm gonna have to track again how many we have.
Hey, SJW, I have a question.
Yes.
Check your notes. How many go hards? So this is actually lethal for Trivo. Alex has no fast speed answer. And why are you crinkling? You're supposed to golf clap. That sounded very provocative.
Alright, have we decided whether or not we're going to do one game or an entire match?
I think if we try to do this for any long, I'm not gonna lie, it's possible that we dropped off in viewership because of the disconnect, but it might have been the ASM.
Alright, it should be back. Alright. Hello, everybody. We have returned. Everybody, we have returned. What's
Get game better with Butterfinger. Oh, wait, hold on. I actually have chocolate that I can crunch with Butterfinger in.
going to go down during the ASMR cast?
I got some nice Skype ASMR.
But please, what's most important, everybody watching, is that we do need to ensure that this poll, this very important question, is answered. We have less than 5 minutes. Please do your best to answer this poll. And right now,
So
it does look like we've had a few people answer. We need many more responses because this is going to be a big deal.
So Trivo is pretty much down and out at this point. I mean, the back your bags is not in a position that it is going to kill a decent number of units. And actually, Alex playing the Dreadway. Did I see that correct? Yes, that is a Dreadway.
Yes.
No, Commander Latros. Now, I didn't have his deck list pulled up in a great manner because he is a dirty, dirty person who submitted deck codes instead of links to anything. So I have to pull it up like a caveman and scrawl it out all over my walls.
That's the caveman scratching the cave walls.
I appreciate that. So he is actually playing the Dreadway Latros combo, which does mean unilaterally, and from here on henceforth, that this is keg control. If you play Latros Dreadway, it's keg control.
Yeah, and it does look like we do have the Ash coming down on the side of Trivo, looking like it might be able to end the game and seal the deal here. But the go hard is going hard. I'm gonna have to track again how many we have.
Hey, SJW, I have a question.
Yes.
Check your notes. How many go hards? So this is actually lethal for Trivo. Alex has no fast speed answer. And why are you crinkling? You're supposed to golf clap. That sounded very provocative.
Alright, have we decided whether or not we're going to do one game or an entire match?
I think if we try to do this for any long, I'm not gonna lie, it's possible that we dropped off in viewership because of the disconnect, but it might have been the ASM. Look, it's up to you.
No, we only said one game. Hold on, I'm gonna
Alright.
go back over to us real quick because I want somebody. Guys, these are actual tears in my eyes. When you asked me the Batman question, I literally couldn't keep it together.
These are actual M&Ms. I bought these last night because I was sad, but
Yeah.
I still have some left over. So
That was my disc plate that sounded like horses, by the way.
that was rough, man.
I think that was a valiant effort. That was a valiant effort. Okay, I think we did decent. And look at guys, see, this is what happens when you guys ask for something like a game to be cast in ASMR. You literally broke my stream. We broke our stream because we casted an ASMR. That's what happened.
I never even got to do anything with like the Yasuo and Twisted Fate figures that I pulled out because I mean like they're kind of made of plastic. Like there's not a lot of like sound. I could like clank their bottoms together, but like that's not anything.
Oh my god! And like, why did we? Yeah, sorry guys. Should have warned you guys. They probably turned up the volume trying to listen to our whispering. And then, all right, looks like the results are in. It looks like Heath Ledger was better than Batman.
What?
Dude.
Crazy.
Not for nothing. It's funny when you said, "Do you think Heath Ledger is better in Batman?" I literally knew you were gonna say 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, because that movie was great.
That movie was absolutely amazing. That was a childhood movie I will never forget. But
I didn't see that movie until I was 22.
Wow, what is wrong with you? Jesus.
I don't know, dude.
I
that was kind of. I mean, I could like tell you, but I don't think it's gonna tie into 10 Things I Hate About You too well.
I actually do think he was better at Batman though. So that performance was insane. I mean, the guy basically killed himself over it, so it's pretty nuts to have that good of a performance. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that little comedic performance that we had on there. Maybe we'll do something like it again. Now accepting, I don't know, anything you guys want to throw at us for additional performances for the future. Definitely open to some
I swore so much there.
Yeah. But hey, I think we managed to not break Twitch TOS. That's
yeah, that's right? Good. I think. I mean, I feel like it actually would have been really hard to do that.
And not for nothing, our viewership actually was going up like through the middle of it, and then because of the disconnect is when we lost everybody. So I hate that, man. I don't know why randomly the internet just disconnects from Twitch.
Oh, you didn't? You've been your stream's been frozen.
Yeah, hold on. that was spectator, guys. I promise.
But it's frozen on turn 1. We're on turn 5.
I know. I'm going. Sorry. All right, we're back in this. Things are looking up. No, here we go. All right. Woo. I mean, hey, random. If people are down for another ASMR cast, I'm not against it.
I was against this first one. Like I said, everybody, this was not my idea. Shit, I found out at the same time you did that shit had this plan. He like tagged me in Twitter and he's like, "Oh, Boulevard's doing it." And I was like, "This is gonna be a disaster."
I think it went pretty well.
It went. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
We gotta prepare. We're gonna prepare next time.
So the passage unearned really doesn't get great in this matchup. I mean, you can use it to kill the Silver Sister, which actually isn't nothing, right? You're going to be trying to get in chip damage with things like Zap Sprafe, and that Silver Sister does pose a very large threat. It's going to take it at the very least a Go Hard and a Zap Sprafe to actually kill. And I mean, we talk all the time. Mono Targon does not handle Aurelion or Twisted Fate well, and we don't see any removal in Trivo's hand for this Twisted Fate. I mean, we could, if we really wanted to go balls to the wall, fire off 2 pick cards.
Oh man, now I actually have to think a little bit more about the game. Woo. Unearned Passage. Alex, what are you doing to us? Why must people continue to attempt to prove that Unearned Passage is a good card?
You know what the craziest part is? That is a Zap Sprafen target. No, Unearned Passage is a Zap Sprafen target, which does guarantee it a little bit more against things like Field of Rush, where you really want it, or even the Harrowing decks that typically this deck, it has answers for it, but they're not as clean as you would really want it to.
And all right, Pull Shark coming off the top there as well. Going to get some additional draw. Not that we have any lack of draw at this current point. 2 pick cards. Excuse me. And I think now yours might have frozen, actually. FYI.
Oh.
Looks like Dreadway and Ruination. So we'll see what the other cards off the top were.
It freezes instantly. I don't know why it took so long for it to happen.
Oh, it's 2020. That's the technology problems we got.
Yeah.
So we do get the TF level, though. So back into the game. We'll see how impactful this is going to be here. We don't have an immediate response to it. We have the Hush to kind of, delay the turn that we're on here from getting any of those wild cards out, but that just kind of delays the inevitable. Not sure if Trivo is going to want to go ahead and go for that at this point. And I don't know, in case you guys missed it, if you were a little too focused on our ASMR cast there, Trivo is up 1-0. Trivo did, in fact, win that first game.
And I'm not seeing a great way for him to get out of game number 2 here. I mean, we talk about this all the time. One of the weaknesses of Targon is Twisted Fate, and now with Go Hard in the meta, it makes sense why players who still like that Celestial Invocation strategy are moving over to Weimerdinger.
Yeah, Leona on the field as well. Gonna start to possibly stun out some of these units, just prevent some of that additional chip damage that we usually see out of the TF Go Hard deck with those, 2 attack units kind of squeaking in for some damage there. But we are going to go with the Eclipse Dragon, and we get a Mind Splitter and a Charger. I'm not sure how amazing the Mind Splitter would be in this matchup, as you probably don't really care about even overwriting. Yeah, you don't even care about overwriting your units.
Well, I mean, I guess in theory, stunning a Ladros feels pretty good.
Okay.
But there is not only is there a Ruination in Alex's hand, but we might even just see the one-shot Dreadway Ladros combo if you try to stall it out. Yeah, I don't think that the Mind Splitter is going to be making too much of a difference, especially because it can't come out on the next turn for Trivo, who honestly I see the GG Shen, and maybe it's a little preemptive. Maybe you actually do just scoop here.
Yeah, so we'll see. Yep, we're going in for the full attack. This means that, the Eclipse Dragon would be able to block the TF pretty handily, which I guess we don't care just because we have the other Twisted Fate in hand right now. But we are going to get the glimpse into the gold card, which will then allow the Twisted Fate to get in a free attack. And now suddenly this is a lot of chip damage that is getting through. I say chip damage because these units are so dinky.
33% of your life total.
Yeah, but it just feels like these units are so dinky. It shouldn't really be called anything other than chip damage. But in all reality, this is again one of the win conditions of this deck. It's able to slowly but surely whittle down your life total with these small units.
It feels like one of those things where, let's say, for example, an actual physical representation of this. You have, a thing of marble, you have your hammer, and you start to chip into it, right? And a big chunk accidentally comes off. That's what's happening here.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Trivo getting taken down there. So we will go to a game 3 coming up here.
The decks remaining for Alex, we have either Field of Mina or Anivia.
And Field of Mina, we have it again. I see Random in chat. Random, one of the typical Field of Mina players. We haven't really seen it a lot today. I think this would be the first time we see it if it does actually come up.
Yeah, that does sound true.
And I just let it queue in, so I'm really hoping that I didn't just break everything because I did that. I feel like I just did. Oh man. Spectate, why you do this? Alright guys. I'm gonna reload this real quick. Oh, there we go. All right, we are back up, so we should be getting into the game in just a second. It looks like we do have the Anivia, though, so no Field of Mina. Field of Mina ended up banned out there. And here we go. I'm going to load up Trivo's game for you again as well. Or what I should say is I'm going to load up my friends list so that I can load up Trivo for you. So give it just a second while my friends list catches up here. Looks like we are still on turn 2, so not missing a whole lot in the action here.
Not really. We just get a shield bearer out of Trivo and a continuous pass back on the side of Alex, and now Edge going in for the open. No real punish for this. I mean, you're just going to deal 3 to your opponent, and this is not a matchup where the shield bearer gets a lot of value. If you can just push a little bit of damage and maybe get some kind of resource out of your opponent, you're going to be pretty happy with that. You're mostly just trying to tick closer to that level up for the Anivia, and now Solari Priest is coming out, and this is about as enticing as an Avalanche gets, and Alex is just going to take it.
Oh, wow. It just gave me the unexpected error on Trivo's game, too, just randomly in the middle of it. I really hope they're not, already shutting off Spectator.
You still have a top 8 to get through. They better not.
I know, that's what I'm saying. The game has been acting quite funky over the last few days. Alright, here we go. Trivo, don't let me down, Spectate. Don't let me down.
Alright, so we get a Mountain Scryer out of Trivo, which is immediately met by an Avalanche into a Vile Feast. So 2 Avalanches already down for Alex. Does have Ruinations in the deck. Not too worried about using these damage-based removals. And yeah, 3 Ruination and 3 Harrowing and 3 Vengeance, going for that full-on removal suite, at least in the late-game side. And honestly, it's going to power out very well against a deck like Trivo's, being able to deal with those Celestials as they come down. And we already see the Great Beyond in Trivo's hand. Not quite online. We are quite a ways away from that one, but I don't know. Alex looks like he's in a pretty good spot. He's got everything that he could want going for him. He's got removal. He's got Anivia. He's got more Anivias in the Rekindler. But I don't know that this is a matchup where the Anivia chips mean as much as they would in other matchups. And we do still have an answer for the Harrowing in the form of Cosmic Rays if we can find it.
Yeah, and Cosmic Rays is just usually a complete blowout. And, I mean, there is enough invocation in this deck on the side of Trivo to reliably find it at some point. So it's really just, are we going to be able to stall the game out long enough and not have Harrowing come down with multiple Anivia so that we can get that card into our hand? And on the side of Alex, it's going to be, can we get Anivias down fast enough to really start to pressure Trivo so that we don't give him enough time to get that? And I think, generally speaking, the answer is Alex is not going to be able to put enough pressure on fast enough, and I think that Trivo will just be able to end the game before that happens. We even see here, I mean, Ruination feels halfway decent on this board, just because you're only losing a Spiderling, but you can just, Trivo's just going to redevelop super fast here.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to consider, though, on the side of Alex is that you are running 3 copies of Ruination. The chances of actually getting value out of all 3 of them is relatively low. If there's ever a time to take value Ruinations, it's in a matchup like this, in a situation like this, and even trading mana efficiently in terms of the units that you're killing. Yeah, I really don't mind Ruination here.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that kind of stinks is, we do have Diana to immediately throw down, which is going to get, some damage pushed through, albeit only 2. We could Pale. Okay, yeah, we're not going to Pale Cascade.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how much do we really want to push that damage? But now we're going into the attack token with Great Beyond mana, so we could go ahead and play that on that turn. I highly doubt it. 3 Vengeance in the hand of Alex as well, too, so.
No way to deal with the Great Beyond at the moment, though, as we will not have Vengeance and Whale mana. Or will we? No, we will. Never mind. Yeah, it's going to be 12, so that's going to be the first Vengeance out, and what did we get out of this? Oh, that's right, we Daybreaked the Eclipse Dragon.
Daybroke?
Daybreaked.
I can't even say it.
You're going to say Dobrik?
Dobrik.
We David Dobrik to the Eclipse Dragon.
And all right, Skies Descend online now, which actually does nothing versus this matchup.
More or less.
I mean, you
can get it down to be like a 3-mana Skies Descend.
Yeah.
It's not looking too bad.
But I don't think that's ever going to be the case here. We even have the Comet for this early Anivia, too.
We get the Iceveil Archer out, which paves the way for the Great Beyond. Mm-hmm. And now there's no answer for this on the side of Alex because we didn't hold open that 2 mana to go for the Withering Wail into the Vengeance. We are just going to take 8 damage here, fall down to 5, and we could actually just only 1 shy of lethal on the side of Trivo if we really wanted to go for a big push with the Pale Cascades. Not sure that I love that line. I really don't mind using one of them here.
And all right, Withering Wail it is. Gonna at least kill the Diana here, and more importantly, gets rid of the spell
to save the
shield.
Diana makes sense.
Yeah. And actually no way for Alex to deal with this Great Beyond attack this turn.
Yeah, is going to take half his life. Does have the Vengeance for the Great Beyond on the following turn, but that does sort of pre-commit mana onto, not necessarily this turn, but maybe, say, 2 turns from now. And I am a little surprised. Yeah, that's what I thought. I really like lining up the Anivia to die to this Diana, as we are going to go into the Enlightened turn. The Anivia will revive. We have it in the pool for Rekindler. And I don't know, Alex still feels like he's in a pretty commanding position, but it does kind of depend on what comes out of these still invocation sort of generators on the side of Trivo. Yeah, we're going to get the Hush. We're going to get an Entreat just to play mana efficiently, but we still have the Rekindler for Alex.
Yeah, and I do like lining up the Anivia to die, because what you really want to do is try to get things like your Rekindler, like your Harrowing online ASAP, because, like I mentioned before, I think Trivo is just going to be able to beat Alex to the win condition, right? And we see now, sure, Rekindler gets an Anivia. Yeah. Great, feels okay, but you look at the board you're staring down right now.
Yeah, I like going for this first Anivia rather than the Rekindler. Anytime that you can cobble together sort of a pseudo herring where you just get out multiple Anivias through all these different ways, and man, do you vengeance this?
Do you know how fast this
can.
comet came down?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't hate vengeancing. Yeah, the Great Beyond here just to play mana efficiently.
Well, I guess that doesn't.
And this
doesn't
does
matter.
mean a Mountain Scryer gets to come out of Trivo.
Isn't that just game?
I mean, we have Vengeance still, so it's not quite game. It's getting there, though. It's definitely getting there.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. I was thinking the attack token was on the side of Trivo. So now, if we open attack, there's the Vengeance. I don't think you can ever play anything and develop into a Ruination. So, yeah, I do like the open attack, but this is going to commit all your mana. So, Alex still not able to really get any more Anivias to the board. We could play Harrowing next turn.
Yeah, there's not a lot in the death pool, though. It is only one Anivia because one got obliterated. No Rekindlers either.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Now we're going to get Solari Priestess into Cosmic Inspiration.
Yeah, not every day we see this, but it does get popped off every so often. This is going to make this field much stickier. It's going to be able to survive an Anivia attack, which is actually really important because that will still give Trivo a wide enough board for just, some sort of open attack shenanigan to still push through that 4 damage that he needs to seal the deal here, especially with the Pale Cascade. And yeah, this makes more sense. We do need the 2 units to stick to the board. But now this gives Trivo full reign to just develop a wide enough board, just develop anything and everything he can, go in for an open attack, and he should be able to go ahead and take home the game here on his next open attack. I wonder if Harsh Winds, does Harsh Winds prevent losing from Alex on the open attack? Harsh Winds plus Grasp, so he'll at 7. 2 units get... I think we do need to actually play Ravoon and the Shadestalker.
Looks like we're going for the Traveler, which, I mean, I don't mind. We are at a point where pretty much anything connecting is going to be lethal. I think that Alex has a really good shot at surviving, though, between the Vengeance and the Harsh Winds.
Yeah, but look at this. Plus, you have the Challenger unit, so I don't know actually if that'll matter because you still block, I think, the more threatening stuff. Oh, okay. Atrocity just seals it, I think. Because so the Harsh Winds has to come out here. I think the Grasp of the Dying also has to come out.
Yeah, I think the Atrocity might just seal it up.
So
well, maybe not, because, I mean, so the Vengeance and the Harsh Winds take care of everything that's not getting blocked. And you don't one-shot your opponent with the Atrocity here.
Oh, yeah, you actually can Vengeance and Harsh Winds, which means you deal no damage, yeah, and there's nothing with 7 attack. So it's gonna be very dependent on how Alex lines up the blocks.
So you play Ravoon, which has 7 attack.
Oh, because of the
Atrocity at post combat, yeah.
Because of the Cosmic Inspiration.
Yep.
And yeah, this is looking like Trivo is going to go ahead and be able to take this away here in just a second. We'll see if Alex locks in the Harsh Winds and the Vengeance like we think. Looks like actually willing to take the 3 damage, maybe? I don't know, because I don't see any other reason why you'd want a Vengeance at 3-4. Yeah, we're actually willing to take the 3 damage here, which I think actually makes sense. I mean, we know that Alex is probably going to lose here anyways, but I think Alex also understands, all right, I'm going to lose to something like a big unit plus Atrocity, so why not just, try to play to keep some of my board and not waste a Vengeance, keep some mana open. And technically, it becomes a little bit riskier for Trivo to play Atrocity. Or no, it doesn't, because even if you do have something like Grasp, is Alex playing Vile Feast?
Yeah.
All right, so actually, this is really smart then, because Trivo, if we go for Atrocity on the Ravoon, technically Grasp plus Vile saves Alex, and I think that's why we see Trivo not go for the Atrocity there.
And not only that, but just you could Vengeance the Atrocity target.
Yeah.
And now we're going to check what a Harrowing looks like, which is it's going to put 3 Anivias on the board in total, but it does take you out of the range of not dying to Atrocity. So yeah, Trivo actually just throwing out the GG Shen immediately. This is going to be the Atrocity.
Yep. Yeah, not enough mana for Alex to do anything about this now. And Aurelian Soul emote on cue for Trivo coming out. And Trivo, actually, I'm going to go through the standings because we kind of skipped the standings last round before getting into our ASMR game. So, all right. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Is that the word? I don't know. I had some weird, I don't know where they went. I had like some combs and brushes and aluminum foil, and that was an experience. But again, a learning experience from a sound perspective. Actually got me a little bit more interested in sound and sound quality. A lot of different things from that standpoint, the editing and production standpoint, some cool stuff there. But again, all the info you guys are gonna need in the description below. Decks, links to the Discord, tournament information, the website with the other Swiss rounds if you want to go ahead and check it out. But as always, everybody, stay healthy, stay positive. I hope shit just works for you, and peace out.